Okay. In the first presentation, I focused clearly on the single one piece right here. Now I have named and numbered and color coded the 4 shapes that are seen in the footage. Okay. These shapes that are broken out of the paneling and the steel bulkhead behind that is not repeated anywhere down the stairwell at any point, as well as being very distinctive. Now, when we get into the footage, we're going to know right where we are. As in the footage, we can see the starboard corridor doorway leading forward, and we know there is the port doorway on this side, although it will not be in the footage, not from the views we're going to use, but we'll know it's there. Anyway, these are the details that are coming up. Now, these are not to scale, all right? And right here, I got a little shaky, and these are more centered, where these 3 pieces need to be slightly moved to the starboard. But that's okay, gives you the idea, and that's the important part. In the first video, I put the piece of artifact that's at the bottom of the stairwell up against, side by side, this part of the stairwell, okay? You all saw that. Well, what I didn't tell you is at the bottom of that stairwell, where we relocate this piece, we're going to relocate 3 of the 4 shapes here. We're going to reacquire them at the bottom of stairwell. Okay. Yes, this is all 86 dive footage with 2001 dive footage. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and put the top of this bulkhead, top of the stairwell, side by side with these 2 screens, to these 2 screens, the bottom of the stairwell. Really quite an amazingly wicked feat, and I must say though, a buttload of work. The wife really wants her living room back and me to disassemble this laboratory, so it has to go. Anyway, I'd also like to say that once this is done, Mr. James Cameron, if you would please just friend me on Facebook or Messenger or whatever. I really wish to speak with you. Hoping for a job, because those guys that you paid or got paid, or maybe they didn't get paid, I don't know what they would have gotten paid for, because, well, they left all the important stuff back at the door when they went in, when you guys went in. Yeah. So, the remains of Honor and Glory, they were there in the wreck until 2005. And I have some ideas about that, but we will talk about that after this. Well, I believe that's everything. I'm just trying to keep a good, calm stature for you. And for the naysayers that would view this footage to only mock, complain, argue, and critic the footage without looking at it with an open mind, you're welcome to stay. Absolutely. But your room's going to be back there, or your spot will be back there. And I must say, please do not make me move you. For after we do this, if there is still a fraction of doubt in your mind, just for the naysayers, I would suggest to you that you're not very Titanic for the subject. You're not Titanic enough for the subject. As people of no recognition saw what I have been attempting to point out to you. And to you, I mean everybody, anybody. It's been a hell of a ride. It really has. Social media was brutal and toxic at the best. And I must explain my frustration with the visual historian of the subject, as he wasted a few extra years of my time as suggesting through a forwarded message that I do not count as speaking to him, which is all I asked, that I take this to the forums and the groups, the Titanic groups in the Facebook platform, which was, like I said, toxic at best, hostile, flat out just, well, I'd almost say get a Bible and start, the power of Christ compels you, because those people, well, however, yes, this is for the absolute serious Titanic persona. And remember, though, for me, that to me, Titanic is not for everybody. No. It has a morbid fascination. I mean, it's devastating about the people that were left and perished, the 1,500. Person can't help but get emotional. For me, it's always the scenes of the baby sitting, on the floor, people running around, water starting to come up, and he's splashing in it. Well, all of a sudden he realized that's fucking cold ass water. I couldn't imagine being a parent of a child in that situation. And so, yeah, when it becomes emotional, that is something I have coined as Titanic's hug. And that was when I was a kid, 14 and up. That when you realize the amount of devastation that were about to fall these people, and that they didn't know. That's when Titanic gives you a hug from her place on this planet that she will and has taken as her grave site forever and for all time. There will always be something of Titanic in that spot on this planet, even after there isn't an ocean there. Which is actually a lot more than Olympia got. talk about getting screwed there. All right. I believe I've set the stage for you very well. And all right, time to continue with part 3.